So hello everyone, this is Deepak Singhal. I welcome you all to my channel Vidya Guru. So this is our current affairs series in which I'll be covering the important events of the January month. My dear, in order to check out the other videos of the January month, you guys can refer our channel. And if you like this content given by me, then it would be appreciable that if you please like the video, share it with your friends as much as possible, and also subscribe or also press the subscribe button, because it will not cost you anything. But yes, it gives some kind of enthusiasm to all our team who are working very hard for you guys, just to provide you with all the important events of every month, so that you do not miss out anything in your any exam. So without wasting your time, your precious time, I'll be covering the important things. And this is just the index of what I'll be covering today. For example, our chief guest, Mr. Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the Egyptian president, the Punjab government, who launched the School of Eminence project, the New Zealand's new, I would say, the new Prime Minister, Chris Hipkins, UNESCO's Day, which is International Day of Education 2023, dedicated to the Afghan women, the joint training exercise Cyclone First, which is between two nations. I'll be discussing about that also. And the recent EY report, which said India is going to become a $26 trillion economy by 2047. After that, I will be covering some important aspects of Kerala and Subhash Chandra Bose. So the very first current affair, it is about Mr. Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, who is the chief guest of India at our 74th Republic Day celebrations. Yes, he attended the celebration. And according to Ministry of External Affairs, the news was confirmed. So he paid a state visit to India from 24th to 26th of this month. And this is the first time, guys, that the president of Egypt has been invited as a chief guest on Republic Day celebration of India. So the president of Egypt had earlier visited India in the month of October 2015 to attend the third India-Africa Forum Summit. He also visited us in the month of September 2016. And this is the first time when we have invited the Egyptian president at our Republic Day celebration. Apart from that, Mr. Abdel Fattah el-Sisi is a former army officer who was elected as the president of Egypt back in 2014 and was re-elected in 2018. Now, what is the most important issue if I say that why we are increasing our relationship with Egypt? So it is very, very important for all of you guys to note down that we share somewhat very earliest ties with this country, Egypt. Means from the time we were independent, we are having the foreign relations with Egypt. And even Egypt was also there when India and some other states, they founded an organization called Non-Alignment Movement. It was the time of Cold War when the American founded organization NATO and the USSR, which is now Russia, founded organization called Warsaw. They were I would say, they were dividing the world countries into two groups. And it was at that time when India and some other nations clarified that we do not want to support any of these two groups. We have our own group. We have our own independent foreign policy, that is NAM. Though the most important thing is that we have now stopped going to NAM from 2018, but this should not be taken in a negative manner that we are entering the influence of America or Russia. Yes, India is very much independent in its foreign policy, and it has been displayed by various, I would say, I can display various examples where India has repeatedly showed this, that we are very much independent in our foreign policy. Apart from this, Egypt, like India, is also not liking the dominance of Turkey in Mediterranean Sea. And yes, the most important aspect of this sea is the country Cyprus, which is a contested issue between Greece and Turkey. And the most important thing is Turkey is that country who used to speak over global forum as far as the Kashmir is concerned. So in order to counter the influence of Turkey in the region, we are increasing our friendship ties with Egypt. And yes, you guys can hear of some of the major defense deal that India will be signing with this country, Egypt, including the light combat aircraft Tejas, and our short-range ballistic missile, Pralay. This is Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi meeting our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. Then we have what is so much important about the Republic Day celebration, my dear, which is observed every year on 26th January. This is the day when India became republic. Now, what do you understand by republic? My dear, republic means where the head of the country is elected. Where the head of the country is elected, he is not nominated or he is not sitting on that post by his choice. Because from 1947, 15th August, up till 1950, 26th January, India was headed by Governor General. Yes, India was headed by Governor General. And because this post was not elected, so this means that India was not republic within this tenure. We became republic on 26th January 1950 when we elected the head of the state, Mr. Rajendra Prasad, to be our first president. So from that time period onwards, we celebrate this day to be the Republic Day. So on this day, President of India presides over the Republic Day functions, and it is customary to invite a foreign country leader as an honored guest. I said it is customary. It is not mandatory that you should be inviting any foreign country to be a chief guest at our Republic Day function. In 1955, Rajpath, which is now known as Kartavya Path because we changed the name of Rajpath in the year 2022, it became the permanent place for the Republic Day parade. In 1955, it became the permanent place. President of Indonesia, Sukarno, was the first chief guest at 1950 Republic Day parade. And from that time period onwards, we are inviting various heads of the foreign countries to be a part of our Republic Day celebrations. Then we have the next important current affair. It is about the ongoing protest of all the wrestlers in Jantar Mantar in Delhi. This is against the Wrestling Federation of India chief, Mr. Brij Bhushan Singh, where every wrestler is imposing some charges on Brij Bhushan Singh that he works in an arbitrary manner and he is also charged with sexually abusing the women players, because of which our sports minister, Mr. Anurag Thakur, he said that a monitoring committee has already been set up and it is working in order to investigate all the charges against the president of WFI, Brij Bhushan Singh. Until the investigation is not completed, the Wrestling Federation of India events will remain suspended. But the most important thing that you should be noticing here is that if a wrestler avoids his training for 1 day, it is equal to 6 days. It means when the wrestler returns to the training, he will have to work or she will have to work continuously for 6 days in order to get the form back. So we all can think here that what is the immense loss which the country is bearing because of all these protests. So I think that the sports minister and the government of India should resolve the issue at the earliest, because yes, this is going to affect our performance in the Olympics. So the government has already suspended Mr. Vinod Tomar, who is the Assistant Secretary of Federation. But now the questions are going over. Why not Brij Bhushan Singh is not suspended? He is an MP from the Gonda constituency of UP. And the problem is he has a very, very powerful political link because this person has remained the MP of Parliament for 6 times. And he's a major face of BJP from the Gonda district of UP. On the righter side, you have Brij Bhushan Singh. And on the lefter side, we have Mr. Anurag Thakur, our sports minister. Then we have Punjab. Government of Punjab has launched the School of Eminence project, and under this project, the rejuvenation of the education will be done. Now, what is this project? My dear, under this project, the government is ensuring the holistic development of the students along with the rejuvenation of education in the government schools, so that all of them, all of them should become the responsible citizens in the near future. Under the program, 117 government schools in 23 districts will be upgraded, and the special emphasis of this project is from class 9th to 12th. The total budget provision is 200 crore. This is how the scheme was launched by the CM of Punjab, Bhagwant Mann, and the capital of Punjab state is Chandigarh, whereas the governor is Banwari Lal Purohit. The total number of legislative assembly seats is 117 and the Lok Sabha seats from Punjab are 13. Then we have the next important current affair. This is how, in the previous video, I told you that the Miss Jacinda Ardern, she has resigned from the post of Prime Minister. And very soon, the country will elect, very soon, the Labour Party will nominate or will elect its next Prime Minister. So it has now been done. The New Zealand ruling Labour Party on 22nd January elected Mr. Chris Hipkins. The Labour Party is already ruling, my dear. Elections are not going on there. It is just Miss Jacinda Ardern has come down, and in her place, the party has nominated Mr. Chris Hipkins, or elected Mr. Chris Hipkins, who is going to be the 41st Prime Minister of this country. He was first elected to the parliament in the year 2008 from the Labour Party. He was also appointed as the Minister of Health in July 2020. And in the administration of Miss Jacinda Ardern, he has also remained the Minister of COVID Response. Whereas the New Zealand is concerned, capital is Wellington, and the currency is the New Zealand dollar, which is termed as NZD, New Zealand dollar. This is Miss Jacinda Ardern, and this is Mr. Chris Hipkins on the right side. Then we have the next program, which is called a marathon. So a marathon of 5 kilometers has been organized in Kathmandu near the Indian Embassy with the theme of lifestyle for environment. Now, what is this marathon all about? It was organized on 21st of January by the Indian Embassy of Kathmandu. And this marathon celebrated the diplomatic relations between India and Nepal, and also the 75 years of India's independence. The marathon started from Pashupatinath Temple Complex of Nepal, covered a 5 kilometer track, and ended back to the Pashupatinath in the duration of 1 hour. The event was attended by the newly elected Prime Minister of Nepal, Mr. Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachand, and the former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli. This is the next important current affair about the International Day of Education, which has been designated as, which has been dedicated to the Afghan girls, especially of this year, by UNESCO. As far as UNESCO is concerned, my dear, UNESCO, it is a specialized agency of United Nations. It's the total means UNESCO stands for United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. Headquarters of this organization, it is in Paris, France. The Director General is Mr. Audrey. It was founded in the year 1945 in London, and the organization has total 193 members and 11 associate members. So back to our point. The UNESCO Director General, Mr. Audrey, said that no country in the world should prevent women and girls from getting the education. So just to celebrate that, for this year, International Day of Education has been designated to Afghan girls. Why? Because under the Taliban rule, Afghanistan is taking the concrete steps in order to avoid the women from taking the education. According to the report, UNESCO said currently 80% of Afghan girls and young women of the school age are out of the school under the Taliban rule. And since 15th August 2021, Afghanistan has barred girls from attending the secondary schools, restricted them the freedom of movement, and excluded the women from most areas of the workforce. This is what the things are going on. Then we have the most important news about India's population. India has surpassed China to become the most populous country in the world. According to the World Population Review, India's population was 141.7 crore at the end of 2022, and the India's population is a little over 5 million compared to 141.2 million declared by the China on 17th January. The most important reason is not about the population growth of China, but it is also about the negative population growth of, the most important reason is not only the population growth of India, but also the negative population growth of China. According to the recent report, over 50% of India's population, they are below the age of 30, means youngsters. We are having many youngsters in our country, and it is very, very important asset. If I want to say that our country wants to become the major economy in the world, according to some experts, if your country are having more younger population, it means that you have an asset. And this asset can be used by the government in order to make your economy the fastest growing economy. And yes, India is already has been declared the fastest growing economy in the world. According to this report, India's population growth, though it has slowed down, but it will still increase at least by 2050. India, which is the third largest economy in Asia, and it is currently self-sufficient in food production. It ranks second in terms of production of rice, wheat, and sugar. Apart from being a major importer of edible oil, India is also the largest consumer of sugar. It is the third largest market for purchase of crude oil, second largest consumer of steel and gold, and the third largest domestic aviation market in the world. This is the next important current affair about the Wayanad, which becomes the first district in the country to provide the basic documents to all the tribals under the ABCD campaign, which stands for Akshay Big Campaign for Document Digitalization. So it has become the first district in India to provide some basic documents and facilities like Aadhaar card, ration card, birth and death certificate, election ID card, bank documents and accounts, health insurance to all the tribals. This campaign was launched by the government of Kerala in November 2021. Apart from this, some important news about Kerala is that Kerala was also declared as the first state to enable the digital banking service. We have recently studied about the Kollam district of Kerala, which has become the first constitution literate district in the country. Apart from this, the Dharmadum constituency of Kerala, I said the Dharmadum constituency of Kerala has become the first full library constituency in India. It is also the India's first carbon neutral. It is also having India's first carbon neutral farm at Aluva in the Ernakulam district of Kerala. This is also covered by me, I think, in one of the videos of December month. You guys can check it out. Recently, Kerala has also become the first state in India to implement a uniform price of gold across the state. Very, very important. And the Kerala has also become the first and the only state so far in the country to have its own internet services, which stands for KFON, Kerala Fiber Optics Network Limited. KFON, it is the country's own internet service. Then we have India. This is according to the EY report, which states that India is going to reach at the level of $26 trillion by 2047, which will also be the 100th year of India's independence. And we remember, by reading this, we remember the speech given by our Prime Minister on 15th August 2022, where he talked about the 5 Ps, 5 pruns, 5 promises. And he said that I want to see India to be a developed country by 2047, when the country will be celebrating its 100th year of independence. So according to the report, certain factors have contributed to bring India to this position. These include social inclusion, financial inclusion, fiscal, physical and digital infrastructure. And the other enabling areas include the digitalization drive by the Indian government. Then we have the EY headquarters in London, England, whereas the chairman and CEO of this organization is Mr. Carmine D. CBO. Then we have the joint training exercise Cyclone First, which is between India and Egypt. Right now, it is conducted in Jaisalmer, Rajasthan on 14th January, from 14th January. And the military exercise will be conducted here for 14 days. This is Cyclone First. The Egypt is a country located in North Africa. It is the country also having the Suez Canal. The capital of Egypt is Cairo. The president is Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, who attended recently the 26th January Republic Day celebrations. And the currency is Egyptian pound. Then the most important news is about the Moi Dams. What are the Moi Dams? Which has been nominated for the UNESCO World Heritage Site recently. So our Prime Minister has selected the Pyramids of Assam as the country's sole nomination this year for the UNESCO World Heritage Site out of the 52 heritage sites. The Ahom era. Now the most important thing is about the Ahom. As far as the Ahom is concerned, my dear, Ahom is the, I would say, the late medieval kingdom, which was established in the year 1228 in the Brahmaputra Valley in Assam. And this kingdom is famous for its multi-ethnic makeup and its sovereignty for 600 years, fighting at one point. They also fought the Mughal Empire in order to preserve their independence. Whereas the first important king of this Ahom dynasty is Chaolong Sukhapa. So very, very important. As far as the Ahom era, Moi dams, which are located in the Assam's Charai-Dio district. What are the Moi dams? The Moi dams are the cemetery of the royal family. The Moi dams, they are the cemetery of the royal families. It will be the India's only nomination for recognition as the UNESCO's World Heritage Site. The Moi dams of the Ahom district at the Charai-Dio were first included in the tentative list of UNESCO World Heritage Site back in 2014 in the month of April. Moi dams will be nominated in the category of the cultural sites. So this is how the Moi dams, they look like. These are the cemetery of the royal family of Assam. I'm talking about the Ahom dynasty, established in the year 1228. India has currently the 40 World Heritage Sites. 32 of them are the cultural sites, whereas the 7 are the natural sites, and 1 is mixed site. Currently, the Kaziranga National Park and Manas National Parks are there in Assam. Headquarters of UNESCO, it is in Paris. Director General, we have already covered, Mr. Audrey, founded in the year 1945. Currently, it is having 193 members. Then we have the Subhash Chandra Bose Disaster Management Award, the Odisha State Disaster Management Authority, and the Lungli Fire Station, Mizoram, selected for the Subhash Chandra Bose Apada Prabandhan Puruskar 2023. Apada Prabandhan means disaster management. Puruskar means award for excellence in disaster management for the year 2023 on the birth anniversary of Netaji on 23rd January. First of all, the prefix Netaji, the title Netaji was given by Hitler as far as the title Netaji is concerned, because many of you asked me, sir, from where Subhash Chandra Bose got the title Netaji. So OSDMA, Odisha Disaster Management Authority, had worked effectively during various cyclones like the Hudhud, Fani, Amphan, and the Odisha floods of 2020. Apart from that, some major news about the Lungli fire station. It worked efficiently and effectively controlled the massive fire that broke out in the uninhabited forest areas surrounding the Lungli town on 24th April. The personnel deployed at the Lungli fire station worked tirelessly for more than 32 hours to douse the fire with the help of local citizens, during which they motivated and trained them to douse the fire on the spot. This is, I think, remarkable. Then we have Subhash Chandra Bose Disaster Management Award. This is the annual award, and it is announced every year on the birth anniversary of Netaji. In this award, 51 lakh cash and a certificate is given to the selected organization in the institutional category, and the 5 lakh cash and a certificate to the winner in individual category is announced under the Subhash Chandra Bose Disaster Management Award. Then we have the largest biennial exercise of all the 3 services of India. I'm talking about Navy, Army, and Air Force, which is termed as AMFAX 2023. It has recently been organized between January 17th to 22 near the Kakinada in Andhra Pradesh. This exercise was organized to showcase India's capabilities to protect the territorial integrity of its areas, including the better coordination between the 3 services. Now, as far as the 3 services are concerned, it is again very, very important for all of us to remember the chiefs of all the 3 services of India. The last edition of this was conducted off the coast of Andaman Nicobar Islands between 21st to 25th January. Whereas the chiefs are concerned, the Army Chief is General Manoj Pandey. The Chief of Air Staff is Mr. Air Marshal Vivek Ram Chaudhary. And the Navy Chief is Admiral R. Hari Kumar, whereas the SCDS of the country is Lieutenant General Anil Chauhan. Then we have the Aska police station of Odisha's Ganjam district became the country's #1 police station, and this award was awarded to this police station by our Home Minister Amit Shah at the recently concluded DGSP, Director General of Police and Inspector General of Police conference, which was held at National Agricultural Science Complex, New Delhi. On this occasion, Aska police station in charge inspector Mr. Prashant Kumar Sahu was awarded the prestigious award along with the citation by the Home Minister. Then we have the Gangapur police station, which has been ranked second best police station. And this police station was ranked second even back in the year 2021. Whereas the Banbasa police station has been awarded the rank 3, which is in the Champawat district of Uttarakhand. And if you guys will ask me about the best police station of 2021, because these are the best police stations of 2022. Back in 2021, the Sadar Bazar police station was the best, followed by the Gangapur police station of Odisha to be the second. But this year, we have the best police station to be the Odisha's Ganjam district police station, whose in charge, Prashant Kumar Sahu, has also been awarded with a prestigious award along with the citation by our Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah. Then we have the Indian Air Force, which is going to conduct the Pralay exercise in the Northeast. First of all, with the name Pralay, India is also having a ballistic missile, Pralay missile. If you want to read something about the Pralay missile, I think it is important for you guys. You know why? Because recently India and Egypt, they are in talks as far as our Pralay missile system is concerned. First of all, this Pralay missile system is a short-range ballistic surface-to-surface missile system, and it has the range between 150 to 500 kilometers. It can carry the warhead between 350 to 700 kg. If you guys will ask me, sir, what is the speciality of this missile? First of all, my dear, it is an interceptor missile. It can intercept the missiles. And the most important thing is that it has the ability to change its path even after covering a certain range. So what is a ballistic missile? So ballistic missiles are those missiles which leave the Earth atmosphere and they re-enter the Earth. They re-enter the Earth atmosphere. Those kinds of missiles which creates a parabola are called ballistic missiles. So very, very important as far as the ballistic missiles are concerned. If you want to compare this Pralay missile with any of the missiles of Russia, then I will name the Iskander missile. The Iskander missile of Russia is exactly the missile that we have Pralay. So with the name Pralay, we are also conducting one exercise in the Northeast, and it is amid the ongoing standoff with China, and the Indian Air Force is going to conduct a major exercise in the Northeast India from 1st February to 5th. This exercise has been named as Pralay, organized by the Air Force from all the major air bases in the Northeast. Apart from that, this exercise is being conducted by the Air Force at a time when the Indian Air Force has recently deployed and activated the S-400 air defense squadrons in the region, which we have borrowed from Russia. It can intercept any enemy aircraft or missile from a distance of 400 kilometers. And we have seen the capabilities of S-400 in the recent Russia-Ukraine war. This exercise will involve transport and other aircrafts as well as our combat arms of the Air Force, including the Rafale and Sukhoi 30 fighter jets. Then we have the last news for today's, I would say, current affairs bulletin. This is about the Parakram Divas, which is celebrated for the 126th birth anniversary, means the birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is called Parakram Divas. And we have this Parakram Divas when India celebrated the 126th birth anniversary of Netaji. This was on 23rd January, and it is celebrated every year as Parakram Divas, which inspires the people of the country, especially the youth. It was on this day back in 1897 when the Netaji was born in Cuttack, Odisha. In 1919, he passed the ICS examination and later he resigned from the post. Though the death of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is still contested. He was deeply influenced by the teachings of Vivekananda and regarded him as his spiritual master. His political mentor was Chittaranjan Das. He advocated complete Swaraj and was in favor of using the force to achieve it. He arrived in Singapore from Germany in July 1943, from where he issued his famous slogan, Dilli Chalo, and announced the formation of Azad Hind government and the Indian National Army on 21st of October 1943. Bose inspired the soldiers with his speeches, and his famous quote is, "Give me blood, I will give you the freedom." This is the famous slogan used by the fighter Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. though his death is contested because according to reports, he died in a plane crash. But according to one of the podcasts which was shared by Red FM 93.5, if you guys want to listen it, the podcast is in the name of Gumnami Baba. So according to that podcast, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, he never died in a plane crash as projected, because we have a personality in India, Gumnami Baba, who exactly looks like Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, but just like Homi Jahangir Bhaba's death, Prakram Divas, yes, Netaji's Subhash Chandra Bose death is also contested, because Homi Jahangir Bhaba, he was a great danger to the Western world. You know why? Because 1966 was the time period when Homi Jahangir Bhaba announced that if government permits me, I can make the nation a nuclear nation within 18 months. And this is the time period when he was flying from India to Geneva, Switzerland. His flight got crashed in the Alps mountain range between France and Switzerland. And the mountain range where his flight means the aircraft was from Air India. The aircraft was crashed in the Mount Blanc range of the Alps. And according to recent studies, this was not an accident, but it was a conspiracy to kill Homi Jahangir Baba, because the Western world wanted to avert any country to become a nuclear country. So this man, even on radio, he gave that speech that I can make India a nuclear state if allowed by government within just 18 months. And he was that person who was very, very close to our first prime minister, I would say Jawaharlal Nehru, and he used to call him Bhai. Means he was the means by the term used by the person Homi Jahangir Bhaba for our prime minister. You guys can just imagine the strong link between our prime minister and Homi Jahangir Bhaba. Though our prime minister, he very much supported Homi Jahangir Bhaba, but just like the famous personality Bhaba was, Netaji's death is still shrouded in mystery. And yes, we remember him in the month of January. This is how the current affair bulletin ends. Guys, if you like the session, if you like the content shared by me, then please like the like button. And it will not take you even a single second to subscribe the channel, because your subscription gives me the power, gives me the enthusiasm to bring such important news before you guys every week. So it is very, very important for you guys to support me. All your suggestions are welcome. If you want to if you want to ask me anything, if you want me to cover any important topic in the future, you all guys are invited. So this is how the session ends. Thank you. Goodbye. We'll see you in the next session very soon.